All right. We are live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Coming at you live on a Tuesday evening. Catching up with the stuff that I missed over the weekend. What's next on the list after this is probably going to cover some MLW. We'll kick off that review with the Battle Riot. I'm several episodes behind. I watched like the first 5 or 6, and then I meant to binge watch, fell asleep on the couch, and that was just a really bad day. Not going to get into that. But yeah, that'll be next, coming up after this House of Hardcore review. I don't know when. I don't know if I'm just going to do it late tonight and get it out the way, or if I'm going to do it tomorrow morning. I have no idea. I'm just trying to catch up with all the stuff. From stuff that Impact AML show. I still have to watch that. I heard but positive about that. But hey, let's start talking about some House of Hardcore. We are reviewing number 43 that just aired over the weekend, Sunday night. It's footage from a month before that, but hey, that's okay. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. Some of it was aired, I think, one of the matches, and then footage from another match was aired on Impact Wrestling within the last few weeks prior to Slammiversary. So they've probably got a thing on it where Tommy was like, just let me know when I can air the whole thing edited, and probably something to that effect. So yeah, we have a very nice edited House of Hardcore number 43. Now, one thing that is changing is the weekly episodes. Not these events, but the weekly episodes on Wednesday nights. They were doing edited ones where they would throw in like a lost match from a few years ago, a classic match. They would show footage from feuds going on, interviews, backstage footage, all sorts of little snippets and things. And then they didn't have nothing for a while. And then they did the state of House of Hardcore, which I was really kind of worried. And then they decided that they were going to completely change the format of the weekly thing. And Tommy started doing just weekly vlogs. He even had a cooking, I called it Cooking with Tommy. House of Hardcore Cooking with Tommy. He burned his whole house down. No. But he was like, he made some kind of like recipe or something. I forget what it was. It was something with veggies and pasta, I think, or something. Or what, chicken, something, I forget. But he did that, and as he made the stuff, he would answer questions. He would pay attention to the feed, and talk to the viewers, which I thought was really unique. He also does just the regular vlogs, which we saw within the last few weeks as well. And that's actually really unique. I like that. At first I was like, oh, what are they doing? But no, it's one-on-one with Tommy, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, he talks about how banged up he is and what he's going through week by week. He talks about personal things on the trip. And that's actually really special if you think about it. We don't get too many legends going live one-on-one with us, the fans, talking to us about what's going on in their personal life. He even talked about how he lost his dog and stuff like that, By the way, and we lost a cat too. Whiskey was 19, almost 20 years old. And that was very hard. So Tommy, I feel you. I know how hard that is to lose a pet, and I just want to send my condolences to you and your family. I know that's not easy. I'm very sorry for your loss, Tommy. So hey, let's crack a beer in memory of your pooch. Excuse me. My goodness. He's crossing that rainbow, buddy. He's crossing that rainbow. So yeah, he's been changing he's been changing things up on the Twitch channel. And because that's what Twitch told him that his fans wanted. And it was like, oh, all right, well, I guess there's a majority of people that spoke up and said something about, because I think he did it once and then he didn't do it for a while. And then people were like, hey, must have been like, hey, we really like that. Bring that back. Bring back just Tommy talking to us. And then, have the edited events when you can. So this is an event from, like I said, about a month ago, maybe a little longer. I think was it June or May? I gotta look. No, actually, I'm not gonna look right now. It's May or June. I forget. I think it was May. So a month or two, whatever. It's not that old. Everything that we saw is not that old where it's like, oh man, this is from like last year or something. It's not that old. It's, for the fans that haven't seen what's up with House of Hardcore lately, it's okay. They showed, we got some debuts tonight. We got Willie Mack's first defending of his TV Twitch House of Hardcore Championship. Oh, all sorts of craziness. So let's dive into this. The first match looked like it was supposed to be Rebel versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green's debut in the House of Hardcore. Rebel bringing Paradise. That Paradise dude. Wow, it's disturbingly hilarious. Can I say that? Does that make sense? That's about as much sense as I can make out of him. It's hilarious. It's absolutely crazy. The best part of the whole thing, and I even shared it on the what do they call that? Twitch clips, and then I shared it on Twitter yesterday, talking about how when Chelsea Green really started to lay it into Paradise, and he still had half of his like stuff on, his ring gear, his to the ring gear, whatever they call it, and he was trying to take it off, and he was frustrated, and said something about, yeah, well, he still has his fuzzy balls on, and then sometimes they get in the way. And it's just like, what are we talking about here? The dialogue throughout the entire match is absolutely hilarious. It's oh my goodness. Paradise and his fuzzy balls. Just so wrong. Folks, if you're in the professional wrestling industry, maybe don't wear fuzzy balls to the ring, because it may either make or ruin your career. Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, and that's the great thing about House of Hardcore. You get some really good wrestling matches. You get some comedy bits like this. You get some intergender wrestling, which I guess that's what you call this. And you get some crazy hardcore shit. And that's the best part of it. You get a little bit of everything from Tommy's House of Hardcore. Chelsea Green comes off with a win in this one, and not before, we get some interference from Rebel. She keeps, oh my God, she's just screaming at Paradise and screaming at Chelsea and interfering and interfering. Finally, we get a surprise guest down to the ring to even up the odds a little bit. None other than Barbie Blank, a.k.a. WWE ECW's Kelly Kelly. Former, was she a Divas champion? I believe she was a Divas champion. Kelly Kelly in House of Hardcore. Very interesting. And I know her name's popped up on social media as of late as well, because there's rumors of her showing up and being a part of this WWE's Evolution as well. Possibly. So we'll see. Now, like I said, this was like 2 months ago. And to my knowledge, she hasn't been wrestling. She's just been modeling and whatever she does. I don't know. I apologize. I really don't follow Kelly Kelly that much. But still. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. Easy on the eyes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Chelsea Green in her debut gets the big win. Nice always to get a win in your debut. And hey, you never know. We may see more of Kelly Kelly, a.k.a. Barbie Blank, in the House of Hardcore. We'll see. Then we get Clayton Gaines, who comes up with the Double D Duprees. Oof. Double D Duprees. You can always see them coming. And another debut. We get a lot of debuts tonight, folks. Like half the card is debuts. It's really kind of cool. Ace Austin debuting against Clayton Gaines. Clayton Gaines been getting some time on House of Hardcore. Kind of, what do they call that? Earning his whatever spot, I guess. An up-and-comer in the industry. And the fact that he's got a little backup now from the Double D Duprees. Double D Duprees used to come out with a gentleman by the name of, what was his name? Vic Delicious? Something to that effect, I believe. And he's been with House of Hardcore for a long time, and then apparently he's out with an injury. Haven't heard any updates on him recently, but obviously he was a House of Hardcore regular, a fan favorite heel, if you will, possibly. So yeah, Double D Duprees taking some time and getting some new mans out there. Mr. Clayton Gaines, with the debut of Ace Austin, put on a nice match. Was very impressed. I mean, I've seen Clayton Gaines a couple times. Well, this is about third or fourth time I've seen him in House of Hardcore and or other places. And this Ace Austin, what a breath of fresh air to the House of Hardcore. Really, really something. He really had a good match with Clayton Gaines, but Clayton Gaines coming out on top. So Ace Austin not so lucky in his debut. Clayton Gaines winning with the Muscle Buster. Wicked move. What's next? Oh, we got a match here that we have seen on Impact before a few weeks ago, a month ago, or whatever it was when it aired, was Eli Drake and Moose. I believe it was both of these guys wanted a shot at the Impact Championship, and this was the match that they aired, as in whoever won this match got a shot? Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But I think that's how it went on Impact television. I could be wrong. I think it went something like that. Because I was trying to remember, wait, how did Moose get a shot at the championship? I couldn't remember. I was thinking about that the other day. Moose, like we saw on Impact. Now, obviously, it was a little different. I think the footage was changed a little, not much. Moose came out with the win with his spear. Great promo in the beginning from Eli Drake, though. He's so money, it's not even funny. Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. All right. We get the SWO, nasty as ever. Oh, my goodness. No PG behind Kenny. No. He is just all nasty. Versus another debut, a very, very cool debut. These guys all over the news lately in the world of professional wrestling social media. LAX, Santina and Ortiz taking on SWO, Mikey and Kenny with Randy at ringside. And they get a win. Oh, was a crowd hot for LAX. My goodness. They love them on the East Coast. Hell yeah, they do. And I want to say congrats to LAX. Just announced that on the Jericho Cruise, was just announced within the last day or so, 2 days ago now, I guess, whatever it was. Cyrus. Always call him Cyrus. Don Callis broke the news. Excuse me. Obviously, being close to Jericho, got the audio of Conan calling out the Young Bucks, and then all parties between Ring of Honor and Impact making it official and allowing it. Freaking Conan talking about the Young Bucks look like the classic stuff he says, talking about they can't tear up a chicken at a luau or whatever. Gotta love Conan. Good stuff. Yeah. He messaged me again last night. Yeah. What a nice guy. Hey, you heard of my podcast? Yes, Conan, we've talked. I'm not gonna knock him. You know, he's promoting his stuff, and I wished him well in his comeback to the ring. And yeah, a nice guy to talk to. You know, no attitude in his message or nothing. Nice guy, Conan. He's trying to do his thing with his podcast, as am I. So he probably has a few more listeners than I do, though, I'm guessing. His is very different from mine, though. He plays music during his. Maybe I'll play music during mine. We'll get to that later. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, LAX gets a win. Then we get Alex Reynolds minus MJF. First time he's been without MJF in I can't remember when. Ever since I started watching House of Hardcore on a regular basis within the last, year or two or whatever it's been? I think year. He's come out with MJF. And that was right around the time MJF really started getting a little buzz and showing up different places and getting the social media going. I think that was right before he actually friended me on Facebook. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And within a week, I saw his face like everywhere. It was crazy. So yeah, very interesting. No MJF in this one versus a regular face at House of Hardcore for some time. And then he was out with an injury. So this was his big return. JT Dunn. Now, I've heard of this guy, but I've not seen a lot of his matches. So this was like the first time I actually was like really like focused on him. Like, okay, who is this guy and what's he wrestle like? I've seen other stuff, but just snippets here and there and documentaries and footage and stuff. So, yeah, great match. JT Dunn almost gets that win, but Alex Reynolds comes out on top. Ace Romero, fan favorite. Now, this match was very interesting because they put two fan favorite baby faces against each other. Not a bad thing. I think the crowd was just a little confused on who to root for in this one. But a really good match. I mean, Brian Cage really brought out the best in Ace Romero because Ace Romero is a big boy. He really is. I think they're about the same weight, just very different body masses. Whereas Brian Cage is like, 2%, 2% body fat, and Ace Romero is 200%. Hey, I'm a big boy too. I'm not gonna knock him. I'm just saying he's a big boy. God bless Ace, and what Ace does in the ring is just amazing. It's he's the same size as a guy like, say, King Kong Bundy. Okay, King Kong Bundy wasn't doing anything close what this guy is doing in the ring. It's amazing. His tope. What the hell did he call it? Tope con hello? Hello? Hello, look out, I'm jumping. I've always heard it called, and the first person I heard call it was Don Callis, sorry, covering with Kelly New Japan, and then talking about Tope con Hilos. Which one is right? I don't know. But nonetheless, it was hilarious hearing this guy talk about a Tope con hello. Is that an East Coast thing? I don't know. But Brian Cage comes out victorious in this one. Better luck next time, Ace. Still great. Great match, though. Boy, but two just big guys just clobbering the hell out of each other. Next, we get a barn burner of a match with a swerve, if you will. OVE versus Eddie Edwards and Tommy Dreamer. Now, this is all stuff that, you got to remember, this is all pre-Slammiversary stuff, okay? Some of the latter part of this match is what aired during a couple weeks before Slammiversary, where they showed Tommy Dreamer getting attacked by Eddie Edwards during this match. And I remember reviewing this saying, okay, this is House of Hardcore stuff. It's kind of hard to tell who's wrestling who in this match. Now we see the full and complete match. It's OVE versus Eddie Edwards and Tommy Dreamer. Eddie Edwards turns on Tommy Dreamer towards the end of the match. OVE gets the win. And then at the end of the entire event, Tommy Dreamer is talking to Scott D'Amore saying, I want to get even with Eddie, make it happen. And all of that, of course, leading up to Slammiversary. So, and I don't think they used that interview footage on Impact Television. I'm guessing it was supposed to, because Scott D'Amore was there. I don't know. Kind of funny. But nonetheless, very cool to see. So OVE getting the win on this one. Eddie Edwards attacks Dreamer with the kendo stick. Crazy hardcore match. A lot of fun, though. Love the Chris brothers. Those guys knock it out of the park every time. And poor Tommy. Jeez Louise. Getting banged up like that. Not very lucky lately, it looks like. Maybe he had better luck in Australia. He had 4 shows in a row over the course of a week or two. Tommy got all wins. Gotta win, You gotta make up for the bad stuff. Slammiversary and prior, right? All right. Now, the main event. House of Hardcore title on the line. Willie Mack defending for the first time versus someone so nasty. Someone so very nasty. We are going to talk about how nasty this gentleman is oh yeah. Let me tell you how nasty Callahan was during this. Oh my goodness. Trying to shake up the chocolate thunder. So nasty. He had that nasty saliva all over his face, frothing like a dog. Just sick and disgusting. Had that big old loogie, this big, hanging on his face. You know what we call that in the industry? We call that the money shot. That's how nasty it was. Callahan just had that big old money shot all over his face through the whole match. Just absolutely disgusting. But he's one of my favorites. What can I say? I love the guy. Oh yeah. And that's what I was talking about. Playing a little music. I'll smash this podcast. Oh yeah. Yeah. We gotta come up with a new segment describing how nasty Callahan is during his matches. What do we call that segment, folks? Put it in the comments below. Do we call it Callahan's money shot? Do we call it getting nasty with Callahan? Or getting nasty? Ooh, getting nasty with Sammy. Ooh. Yeah, I like the sound of that. That's what we call that segment, folks. Getting nasty with Sammy. And then we'll play the music and then we'll talk about how nasty he was during the match. Oh, hell yeah. So, but Willie Mack, Mr. Chocolate Thunder, was successful in his first defense as Twitch TV House of Hardcore champion. Won with the coast to coast and a big old splash. God bless that big old boy, Mr. Willie Mack. He is just, he's something special. When I see him in the ring, he is such a throwback to like an old school JYD. And that's the highest compliment I can pay him. And I hope he would take it as such. But man, the guy is just great. So the fact that we see him on House of Hardcore, not sure where else he is. Well, I know he's on Lucha Underground. Trios champion. Current Trios champion on TV. Not sure if he's anywhere else. Might be on MLW. I got some catching up to do. I forget if he's part of that or not. But anyways. So yeah, that's it for this one. House of Hardcore number 43 is in the books. Great show. Great. I mean, you know, it's all edited and, you know, crunched down. So I could say it's a well-produced show, you know, from the footage that, you know, that they couldn't show. And then they waited until they could show it. So it's a complete show, top to bottom, and great matches. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 matches. That's a solid card right there, folks. So great show from House of Hardcore. And like I said, and when I was talking before, I reviewed this on how the vlogs are live on Twitch now. The weekly vlogs from Tommy. Ain't nothing bad with that. You know, I guess some people didn't. I mean, I like the older version of the shows where they showed the interviews and then like a match from, you know, a couple years ago or whatever, House of Hardcore. Because they showed us some pretty cool stuff. But Now we're getting the live one-on-ones with Tommy. So I'm not complaining. We get Tommy one-on-one. That's awesome. I dig it. Love it. And then once in a while we get cooking with Tommy. So, which is great because he gives you tips like don't spill olive oil burning in the pan on your foot live in front of viewers like us, which is just wonderful. So, I love Tommy. He's good stuff. So yeah, that's it for this one. And like I said, if you're new watching this, remember, folks, there's plenty of this where it came from. Go check out the rest of the stuff on the channel if you would be so inclined to. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know where. How's it go? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. My goodness, it's been a long day. And if you're late coming in, this will be up on wrestlingwithwrestling.com, where you can get a ton more of wrestling content like this and so much more on there. Go check it out, wrestlingwithwrestling.com. Peace. Later.